1841, when he was 25 years of age, Paul was working at a farm at Muston, near Filey. On the 17th of May of that year, 1841, Paul was married to Lucy Park. Lucy was from nearby Leverston and was a woman of property. Her grandfather owned land in the area, including Leverston Hall. They were married here at All Saints Church, Muston. Paul and Lucy settled at nearby Gristol, where Paul was able to follow his calling of farmer. They had two sons, Robert, born in 1842, and Frederick in 1843, but neither of them survived. Lucy also died in 1843, and she was just 28 years of age. Lucy made a will, leaving £100 to Paul, and the remainder of her estate went to her son Frederick, who had survived her, and then to her sister Anne. The following year, Paul married Lucy's sister Anne on the 2nd of December 1844. Though Anne was a spinster, she had a daughter, Caroline, who was then 5 years old. Paul was described as a bacon factor, which probably meant that he was a pig farmer. Paul and Anne had one son, John, who was born at Leverston in 1848. He went on to be a policeman, firstly in Scarborough Borough Police, and then in the East Riding of Yorkshire Constabulary. The family lived at Leverston, where Paul continued farming and eventually employed several men. Sadly, Anne died in 1863 when she was 55 years of age. Both Anne and her sister Lucy, and Lucy's two children, are buried in the churchyard here of Filey Parish Church. In 1868, Paul was married for a third time to our great-grandmother Eliza Stubbs. They were married at Scarborough Register Office on the 17th of October. The Stubbses were a farming family from Sawdon, near Brompton, on the Scarborough to Pickering Road. The earliest recorded member of the Stubbs family, William Stubbs, was buried at Brompton by Sawdon Church on the 6th of November 1593. He had 4 children. The eldest son was also William, and his son, also William, had 8 children. His second son, Francis, who was born at Sawdon in 1673, had 3 sons. Richard, who was born in 1715 at Sawden. He had 4 children. His second son, William, was born at Sawden in 1745, and he married Mary Ward in 1769, and he died at Sawden Heights in 1825 at the age of 80 years. William and Mary had 9 children. Robert, who was born at Sawden Heights in 1784, was the next in line. He and his wife Jane had 8 children, and Robert, who was born here at Sawden Heights in 1817, was Eliza's father. Very much agricultural land on the edge of the North York moors. There are no Stubbses left in the area at all now. Most of the Stubbs family were buried here at Brompton by Sawden Parish Church, in which parish Sawden lies. Some of the gravestones, here is William and Mary, Sarah's great-grandparents, and many of the Stubbs family, who were obviously quite substantial yeoman farmers. This is the gravestone of Robert Stubbs, Eliza's grandfather, who died on the 8th of December 1860 when he was 76 years of age. Robert Stubbs, Eliza's father, married Anne Coultus of Ruston. They were married at Wycombe Church, an adjacent village, on the 10th of October 1840. Anne was from Ruston, and her father was a plumber and glazier there. They had 9 children altogether, Eliza being the eldest. Robert at that time was most likely working as a farm labourer here at Ruston. Still very much an agricultural village, situated close to Wycombe, just south of Sawden, on the main road between Scarborough and Pickering. Eliza was born at Ruston on the 30th of May 1841, and she was baptised at Wycombe Church, which we can see here. This is a copy of Eliza's birth certificate. Robert and Anne settled eventually at Ebbston. Robert had been working for most of his life as a gamekeeper, but in later years he was a roadman here at Ebbston, and they lived here until their death in 1894. They both died in the same year. They are both buried here at St Mary's Church, Ebbston.